scientists, Dr. Victoria Popova
and Dr. Lydia Andrianova.
We had many publications and patents.
During 15 years, through channeling, we receive information and 2 keys, analog and digital, for decoding of extraterrestrial civilization messages. We decoded many hundred of their pictograms scattered all over the world and composed the dictionary of extraterrestrial civilization symbols of consciousness for over 250 symbols. Now everyone can read and understand messages of extraterrestrial civilization. Extraterrestrial civilization inform about beginning soon global cataclysms, and before them 3 preliminary cataclysms on incredible power separated by a small interval.
In this video will be presented examples of extraterrestrial civilization demonstration of global cataclysms beginning and the only one way of humanity's salvation, dematerialization from the level of global cataclysms through united consciousness and the transition to the safe, highest level of the material world into the new cycle of life, cycle of correction. It is important to know that our transition will not affect anybody's private property.
Incredible extraterrestrial civilization demonstration of global cataclysm beginning presents the complex Chechen Otsa. Chechen Otsa El Castillo or Kukulkan was named one of the new 7 wonders of the world.
Numerous columns in the temple of the southern warriors represented the process of the united consciousness formation of your civilization. Today, population of Earth is 6.8 billion of people. Each column depicts a brain area of individual cell of human being. 3 groups of columns, east, north, and northeast, represents 3 previous levels of consciousness included in the individual cell of human being. So the unification of humanity consciousness is necessary for the transition to the highest level of the material world to be saved from global cataclysms.
The highest level of the material world is shown by the top level of the temple of the Varicos. The resurrected humanity on the highest level is shown by many columns on the top of the temple placed on the territory of a half moon. Symbol of half moon represents the shift of the brain area at the united consciousness formation.
Columns on the staircase standing upstairs show the humanity way from the level of global cataclysm, the level of crystal structures, to the highest level of the material world for the transition and the prolongation of life. Number of columns on the staircase also inform that the transition can be made only through united consciousness.
Numerous steps in the staircase represent a symbol of body destruction by laser necessary for the transition.
Shape of 2 columns with serpents in front inform about transform of individual consciousness to the united. Thus, upper part of columns containing 2 perpendicular parts shows the shift of brain area under united consciousness formation. It is analogous in Teotihuacan in Machu Picchu. It has zigzag shape, which inform about the united consciousness and is shown in many objects of the system of information transmission of extraterrestrial civilization. The lower column consists of 7 parts and represents the brain area of the united consciousness cell of Earth's humanity. Number 7 points on the 7 planets of the solar system, our Earth. Global cataclysms are shown by serpent images.
So, this block informs about global cataclysm and the only way for salvation, as forming the united consciousness of civilization. Stone statue Chak Mul is a symbol of transfer individual consciousness into the united consciousness. From one hand, the figure of Chak Mul sitting in front of 2 serpents by himself represents an individual consciousness of human being.
From other hand, reclining position of Chak Mul showed the expanding of brain area of individual cell, which presented short cylinder which Chak Mul held over his stomach. Shortly, stone statue Chak Mul informs that if humanity will remain in the individual regime of consciousness, it will be destroyed by global cataclysms, which are presented by 2 serpents standing from both sides of the man. Chak Mul also confirms, repeats and strengthens the information of 2 columns behind him.
Chacmol, as a symbol of the United Consciousness formation, is presented in many Mexican complexes of system of information transmission. Chacmol is looking into the direction of the El Castillo or Kukulkan, which transfers the main and complete information about necessity of unification of consciousness because of the global cataclysm beginning.
Global cataclysm beginning is demonstrated by shadow effect in Temple of Kukulkan on the spring and autumn equinox at the rising and setting of the sun. Thousands of people come all over the world to see this effect. The corner of the structure casts a shadow in the shape of plumed serpent, Kukulkan, along the west side of the north staircase. Annually, twice a year, on the spring and autumn equinox, at the rising and setting of the sun, the shadows from the corner tirelessly down the northern side of the pyramid with sun's movement to the serpent's head at the base. The shadow effect makes believe that the serpent is coming from the top to the bottom, exactly to the head of the serpent.
The zigzag shape of serpent represents the symbol of the united consciousness of civilization, a shift of a brain area for the united consciousness formation, and is represented in many objects of system of information transmission, for example, by zigzag wall of Saxoman. Famous Synod Sagrada represents the united consciousness cell of Earth civilization at the highest level of the material world, where our body will be holographic, but not crystal as today. So, water of Synod Sagrada shows another environmental of the highest level with other properties, where we will transfer to the next cycle of life.
By the date of demonstration of the shadow effect on the spring and autumn equinox, extraterrestrial civilization point our attention on the sun. The sun is represented by a symbol of ring with a small circle inside. The same symbol has an individual cell of human being.
So, extraterrestrial civilization warned that if humanity will stay in the individual regime of consciousness and not make the transition, we will be destroyed by global cataclysms that will begin on Earth independently of our decision. Global cataclysms is a power of Earth's nature, and humanity cannot change anything to stop them.
At annual summer solstice on June 21st is demonstrated the analogous effect in Stonehenge, and thousands of people from all over the world come to this place. This is British traditional event. Analogous sun effect, extraterrestrial civilization, represented also in complex of Machu Picchu.
Acoustic and visual effect of global cataclysms and the only way of humanity's salvation is demonstrated in ancient complex Chavin de Lontar.
Looking Island's Lanson idol awaits the sunrise, which symbol is similar to an individual human cell. A ray of sunlight illuminates the idol twice a year during the spring and fall equinox. It represents a laser beam, the result of consciousness unification of two people presented by two individual cells. It underlines that only a laser beam can help humanity to make the transition to the highest level of the material world. This highest level is represented by the ceiling of the temple, through the hole of which passes the upper end of Lanson. A terrible roar of water in the underground labyrinth of Chavin complex in the period of glacier melting represents the first pre-cataclysm.
The ledge shape of the Lanson shows the shift of brain area of individual cell of the united consciousness formation. The ornament carved on the Lanson represents the extraterrestrial civilization digital and analog symbols of consciousness. For more information, you can search our website at www.ourtransition.info.